Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the greatest mysteries of human evolution. We often talk about Neanderthals, but what about one of our even earlier ancestors, the trailblazers, who first earned the name human? I'm talking about Homo habilis, the handyman. For over 500,000 years they roamed the African savannas, crafting the very first stone tools. They were pioneers, survivors. And then, around 1.6 million years ago, they just vanished from the fossil record. Poof, gone. So, what happened? Did they evolve, get outcompeted, or did something far more dramatic occur? Let's travel back in time and investigate the disappearance of Homo habilis. To understand their end, we first need to appreciate their beginning. Picture Africa, about 2.4 million years ago. The climate is changing, forests are shrinking, and vast grasslands are opening up. This is the world of Homo habilis. Physically, they were a fascinating mix of old and new. They still had some ape-like features, like longer arms suggesting they were comfortable in trees, perhaps for safety at night. But crucially, their brains were larger than their Australopithecine predecessors, and their hands were more dexterous. This wasn't just a random upgrade, it was a game changer. This bigger brain and these nimble hands allowed them to do something revolutionary, create tools with a purpose. They weren't just using rocks, they were shaping them, creating what we call the older one tool industry. These sharp flakes of stone could slice through tough animal hides and chop up plants, unlocking a whole new menu of high-energy foods. This was the dawn of technology, the very first step on the long road that led to the device you're watching this on right now. For hundreds of thousands of years, Homo habilis thrived with this toolkit, a testament to their ingenuity. They weren't the strongest or the fastest, but they were the smartest on the block for a while. So, if they were so successful, why did they disappear? The answer isn't a single gotcha moment, but likely a combination of pressures. One of the leading theories is a classic evolutionary tale, competition. And their biggest competitor was a new kid on the block, a taller, bigger-brained and more advanced hominin, Homo erectus. Homo erectus wasn't just an incremental improvement, they were a major leap forward. They walked fully upright, had bodies much more similar to ours, and most importantly, they were master toolmakers. They developed the Acheulean hand axe, a far more sophisticated and versatile tool than the simple choppers of Homo habilis. Think of it as upgrading from a basic hammer to a multi-tool. This new technology allowed Homo erectus to hunt more effectively, process food more efficiently, and adapt to a wider range of environments. They were essentially the upgraded model, better equipped to exploit the resources of the savanna. Imagine two competing businesses. One has basic, reliable tools that have worked for years. The other introduces a brand new, highly efficient technology that does everything the old tools did, but better and faster. Over time, which business is more likely to succeed and expand? The same principle applies here. Homo habilis and Homo erectus likely lived side by side for a period, perhaps as long as 200,000 years. During this time, they would have been competing for the same food, the same water sources, and the same safe territories. Homo erectus, with their superior tools, larger bodies, and possibly more complex social structures, would have had a significant edge. They could out-hunt, out-gather, and out-compete the smaller, less technologically advanced Homo habilis. It may not have been a violent conflict, but a slow, gradual process of being pushed to the margins, unable to secure enough resources to sustain their populations. It's the harsh reality of survival of the fittest playing out over millennia. But competition from Homo erectus is only part of the story. The world itself was changing in dramatic ways. The Pleistocene epoch, which Homo habilis lived through, was a time of intense climate fluctuation. The planet swung between colder, drier periods and warmer, wetter ones. These shifts had a massive impact on the African landscape. Grasslands would expand and shrink, forests would retreat, and water sources would appear and disappear. For any species, this kind of environmental instability is a huge challenge. While Homo habilis had adapted well to a specific type of savanna environment, these constant changes would have put immense pressure on them. Food sources they relied on might have dwindled during dry spells, forcing them to migrate or starve. The very ecosystems that had allowed them to flourish were becoming less reliable. Homo erectus, on the other hand, with their more adaptable toolkit and greater mobility, might have been better equipped to handle these changes. They could travel longer distances and exploit a wider variety of foods, giving them a crucial advantage in a world of constant flux. So it wasn't just about another hominin being better, it was about the entire playing field changing, and Homo habilis just couldn't keep up. Now, let's explore a more direct and perhaps more intriguing possibility. We often think of evolution as one species smoothly transforming into another. So, did Homo habilis really disappear? Or did they simply evolve? This is the theory of anagenesis, where a species as a whole gradually changes over time until it becomes so different that we classify it as a new species. In this scenario, there wasn't a last Homo habilis who died out. Instead, over thousands of generations, populations of Homo habilis, driven by the pressures of a changing environment and the advantages of new traits, slowly transformed into early forms of Homo erectus. The individuals with slightly larger brains, more efficient strides, and better tool-making skills were more successful. They had more surviving offspring, passing on those advantageous traits. Over an immense timescale, this process could have led to the complete transformation of the species. The line between habilis and erectus becomes blurry. Instead of a replacement, it's a transition. This view is supported by the fact that some fossils seem to show intermediate features, blurring the lines between the two species. So perhaps Homo habilis never truly vanished. Perhaps their legacy lives on, not in the fossil record under their own name, but in the DNA of the species they became, Homo erectus, and ultimately in us. So what's the final verdict? The truth is, it's likely a combination of all these factors. It's a complex story with multiple threads. We have a changing climate creating environmental stress. We have a new, more advanced competitor in Homo erectus who could outthink and outmaneuver them. And we have the possibility that Homo habilis didn't so much die out as they were absorbed and transformed, evolving into the very species that was outcompeting them. The fossil record is like a book with most of its pages torn out. We have snapshots, tantalizing clues, but we don't have the full motion picture. The disappearance of Homo habilis isn't a simple case of being wiped out. It's a powerful lesson in how evolution works. It's a dynamic, often messy process of competition, adaptation, and transformation. They weren't failures. They were a crucial chapter in the human story. They pioneered technology and proved that a bigger brain was the key to survival. They laid the foundation upon which Homo erectus and eventually Homo sapiens would build. Their story is a reminder that in the grand saga of life, even endings are a form of beginning. The mystery of what happened to the handyman continues to drive paleontologists to search for more fossils and refine our understanding of this critical period in our own history. Every new discovery adds another piece to the puzzle. What do you think is the most likely scenario? Was it a slow replacement, an evolutionary transition, or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I love reading your theories and ideas on these topics. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into our ancient past, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration into the mysteries of the human story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.